Means right. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone. My name is Adomile. Good night. Good evening. Good night. Actually, I'm used to say good morning because I've been hosted since at 9 a.m. So it's kind of automatic. So good night, everyone. Today we're gonna discuss here about vulnerability. So I have a lot of people here to discuss. Very interesting people. They know a lot about it. They are a master and senior on this topic. So, can you introduce yourself, guys? So, let's start with Osvaldo.
Okay. Hey everyone. I'm Osvaldo. I am 36 years old. I'm software developer. Um, and I love that I love to work with this. And I I like to the most of time I like to do nothing. uh, I but I how we can to do nothing almost of the time. I like to stay with my family. I live with my fiance and my stepson, and I have two sons. Uh, my sons don't live with me, uh, and I like to play video games, and learn about many topics. Uh, and how about you, Marcus?
Let me just say some few words. Like, it's not
Okay.
do nothing because but do nothing sounds like you are stopping in a place like doing nothing. And I know that you like sometimes playing games or talking to a friend and have some hangout and so on. So it's kind of we live in a reality that we're supposed to do all the things all the time. You need
Yeah.
to you be working all the time. So okay, thanks a lot as well. So the next,
Marcus, please.
Sure, man. Thanks. So my name is Marcos. I'm 37 years old. I'm living in Rio de Janeiro. I'm married for 10 years. I have three children, two girls and one boy. I work with logistics, more specifically supply chain, and I work in a big hospital here in Rio de Janeiro. And I want to try next year make a little translation to international logistics. That's it. I'm here to talk here for 5 months, and it's very great talk with you, Rose.
very good. And are you confident to travel abroad and go to another country?
I don't know, man, but if you have a opportunity, I believe I will try.
Perfect. Very good. Very good. Matthew, how about you?
Okay. Um, I am 40 years old. I was born in Bahia, but I live in São José dos Campos, small city of São Paulo. I don't consider it small city because here there are a lot of traffic, a lot of shops mall, big difference about between in Northeast. But I love it and stay here and live here. Um, I'm a logistic professional, more specific warehouse management, you know. And I'm studying enterprise resource planning, ERP, SAP, and WM, EWM models because that is my area, logistics, really interesting, really important. And I'm musician. I play music instrument. I love to play bass since my childhood because yeah, bass really different instrument to me. And my dad taught me about this instrument, and taught me this instrument too. And I'm married. I have a children. I have three children. What else? In my free time, I really like to sleep well. And I really like to drink coffee without sugar. That's it. Thank you for listening, guys, and your time.
Very- For the most part of people, they do not sleep well nowadays, do a lot of stuff. And about your playing bass, do you know that technique slap? Um, Do you know that?
Yeah, of course. Yes, of
Man, I
course. I
love this
love this.
technique. I love this technique.
Yeah. But in my case, when I learn um, America Bass and America Blues and
Yeah.
technique sleep, and I don't know English and hardly,
Okay,
but
I got it.
because these rhythms, but I
Okay.
like it and slap.
Yeah, very nice. And Monique, welcome.
Hi guys, so my name is Monique. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Aracaju, but live in São Paulo. I'm a journalist, working as a copywriter. And in my free time, I like to play board games, to watch series, to listen to podcasts. And I'm very tired today.
Guys, just oh, I was thinking here about when Matthew was talking, and it's interesting because he's from Bahia, and the way the accent is totally different, right? And people from Rio different. Okay, so in this weekend I was with some friends from Oxford, and three of them actually from Nigeria, Sudan, and Syria, and was awesome because very different accent. You know, sometimes they are saying something and oh my God, I cannot understand, but I'm trying to be guided by one of them because was totally different. But between them, they totally understood everything. So it was kind of a very interesting way to improve my listening, of course. But it was interesting to see that the people do not have this kind of thing. Oh, I do not understand what you are saying because all the accent you need to pronounce like this or like that because all the was different. So okay. So guys, let's start with our conversation here about vulnerability. Um, the first we can start from the first one, and then we can, making a brainstorm here. So, in your opinion, the first one will be something like, in your opinion, what's your opinion, conception about vulnerability? Okay, and I will improve this question. When do you feel it? Like in which moment do you feel that I'm kind of, you know, vulnerable? So let's start with Osvaldo.
Okay, but you can you repeat the first question, please?
What's your opinion or what do you think is vulnerability? What's your opinion about vulnerability and when do you feel it?
Okay. So I have to say that I don't think much about vulnerability, and but I was searching about it today, and in my opinion, uh, when we are with our family, our home, uh, I feel I can talk more about it than in my uh, occupation environment. You know, uh, the the company's the company's leaders talk. Oh, if you have any problem, you can talk with me. But I have a little afraid about it. Um, for example, some months ago, a friend of mine that I've worked with him was, oh my gosh, I don't know how to say, was
Fired.
despedido,
Fired.
fired.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I was
Yeah.
fired, and and their leaders send us a video talking about he had this a fretful problem, and uh, and he wouldn't wouldn't have tell talk with their bosses, you know. um, I don't know if it is the truth or not, but this is not the first case that I've seen about it. And what question, please?
The second is, when do you feel it? When do you feel vulnerable? Vulnerable.
Like Monique said, I'm tired today too, and I'm feel fretful. My day was so stressful. Everything that I have planned to do today, we can't. So I'm tired and I'm fretful. But it's happened. I know it's happened. So I work in my home. I work home office. And today I feel vulnerable. I think.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, because well, you said about your work environment, and this is really uh complex because be you know totally open when your work environment could be a trap, because you don't know the people's intention. So it's about that, but okay, let's move forward, and then we can have a good discussion here. Thanks a lot, Oswald. Thanks for sharing. Monique, how about you?
Mm, I think vulnerability is maybe when you feel uncomfortable with something or some situation. For example, when I am walking alone at street and I am afraid of suffer assédio. I don't know how can I say in English. So I feel so vulnerable about this. And when I don't feel comfortable or secure about something, I think it's a situation that I'm not okay with this.
Okay, uh, Márcio, what's your opinion on it?
My opinion is vulnerability is a characteristic of someone or something. Example, fragile and delicate, for example, and weak, and people weak. Yeah, yes. I have characteristic vulnerability and fragile and dedicated and first weak because uh, weak people unfortunately really difficult, because in the world there are a lot of situations, but weak people, and to me, really, really boring because people people don't weak. I don't know English. And yeah, people really strong, and a lot of situation. But it's dependent on me. For example, when I weaken, it's dependent on me. When I strong, it's dependent on me, you know. And so vulnerability is a characteristic someone or something fragile, delicate, or weak. Unfortunately,
You got a very interesting words to describe that, like fragile and delicate. Okay, nice, nice. Let's talk about it. But first, Marcus, what's your opinion?
Great. I believe it's very similar to my said. I believe the vulnerability is a stage that you're in some moment that you have to pass some moments that you don't have so strong for press for this and to show some specific feelings that weakness and if maybe can can be uh, very uh, clean to show another people that you are uncomfortable and this situation make you more vulnerable about that your people uh, can make it with you something I believe it is more probably in difficult situation like one robot if you robot I believe is a robot assault and is you stay in the vulnerability stage because the other people you are stolen your cell phone for example and you stay in the vulnerability stage. Yeah, you can do something more specific here for get out of the situation at the finish this stage about the action, right? I believe these vulnerabilities like this. It's difficult to talk this even in Portuguese. Is in
In
English is
Portuguese, yeah,
this.
that's the challenge here.
Yeah,
Yeah, you all brought a lot of, different perspectives. Like, of course, sometimes we don't have the tools enough to protect ourselves, so you are vulnerable, right? But here we can talk more about, for example, I shared with you when the people are trying to speak in English for the first time, they are afraid and they feel vulnerable. Like, oh, I will, go to the meeting and I don't know anything, and the people could criticize me, could, make some jokes about me, so I won't speak in front of them. So it's a kind of vulnerability. Like the people are not confident, enough to, oh, I will speak in what I know and okay. So and you, Marcos and Master Brown, a perspective is a characteristic because depend on the situation, right? My question will be deeper, right? Do you have someone that you can share your vulnerability? Like when I'm saying that, I'm saying about in terms of feelings. For example, man, I'm not good today, and because of this, because of that, I'm feeling afraid, I have fear. Okay, just if you have some person or people that you can be really open. Okay, so Monique, you can start.
Yeah, I feel open, for example, with my mom, with my fiance, and with some friends. I think sometimes we feel vulnerable because we have some emotional disease or mental disease, and we can be powerful in that situations. And I think sometimes it's only uh, you feel like this in a moment, but not in your whole life. I don't think that we have to feel weak because of this. I think it's a condition, and we can um, treat with. Uh, we can receive some help, and we can count with our family and our friends. And sometimes we can count with doctors or psychologists.
Nice. Let's hear from Márcio.
Sorry, my brother, but I can understand your questions.
No
Could you
problem, no
repeat?
problem. Of course, no problem. So, do you have any person or people that you can really open your heart, being vulnerable, like telling about yourself for real, like, oh man, today I'm not good because of this, because of, but
Okay.
being really sincere, being really sincere.
Yeah, yeah. So in my case, and help me a lot my family, you know, when
Okay,
I when I have vulnerability, vulnerable. I don't know. It's
this word
hard this
is
word.
interesting to improve your.
Yeah, yeah. My wife first because I married, and nowadays my families are my wife and my children, you know. And my
Perfect.
wife helped me a lot about when I have vulnerable. Uh, yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Sorry.
very nice, very nice. Thanks, Mas. Thanks. No problem. Um, how about you, Oswald? You have this people, this person.
Yes, yes. Today I didn't have time to talk with a person about it, but the most of time my friends, you know, my parents too. Uh, it really when I feel bad, I the first people that I try to talk is my parents. Um, my sons are so children, so I can't talk with them about it.
Okay. Uh, and you, Max.
10 years ago was my grandmother, but nowadays is my wife. I don't need to say nothing to ask to say to me, no, I know that you're not good today. What happened? And I tell her that I know you, but you can't disfarçar the face. I can't.
Okay.
I really can't. If I not good day, my face change and that's it. I'm very this way.
Wow. Yeah, guys, I asked that because I consider that this is a very interesting thing to talk, even because nowadays I think we have a world where we can be more open in terms of sharing our feelings. I think in the past we used to be very, or we used to think that we always need to be very strong all the time because this seems or seems like you are very powerful, or you are, you are the leader, you are confident because you do not have weak, and the people do not perceive that on you. So very nice to hear that you have this person, because a lot of people that uh, I'm talking, or I have talking, they do not have this kind of people, because they are older than me. So kind of it's it's hard for them to open like, oh man, I'm not good today. Oh, okay, can you share with so we can talk a little bit about it? And the people send, but for them it's very hard to do it because they kind of consider, oh, I won't show that. I won't show that, right? Guys, do you want to say anything about it? If you can, if you want to add something, you can open your mic for, and say what you think. This is a
Ah,
conversation.
I will say that if with my dad is like this, and it's really hard to my dad say what he's feeling. If someone is that, for example, for him it's really difficult, for example, and even to cry. It's totally different
This is
than
crazy. This is crazy, isn't
yes,
it? Okay.
it's totally different than people that have my the same how can I say, my same old than me.
Yeah. Yeah, even this kind of thing, homem não chora, boys don't cry, and so on. It's kind of a cultural stuff that I consider bullshit that we consume around the world. But I will tell you. But first, Osvaldo, would you like to say something? I'm sorry, I cut you.
No, no, well, I'd like to say, I forgot to say in my presentation, I will be uh, uh, happy.
No
uh,
problem.
uh,
Take your time. Take your time. Relax.
no, I have my main occupation, but I have a second project, a little business with some partners, and I'm here studying English with you, and this is my 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 first conversation, so it's hard for me, and I'm afraid, but I'm trying. Uh, Today I hadn't a good day, but I'm here and I will try always. And that's it.
Very nice. Congrats. Congrats for you. That's the point, man. I think nowadays here on Talk Talk, we always say something like this, like around it. When we are learning something for the first time or when we were kids, imagine that you were a kid, you just you want to play with something that you don't know. And the people say, oh, you can do it, you can do that. And okay, I will do this or do that. Okay, I will play with you, right? But when we grow up, we start to think, oh no, I cannot ask if I can do this or that because I'm supposed to know that I can do this or can do that. And I won't show myself asking something like that, right? And here we try to do the opposite. Like, man, be open. If you don't know any words, you can even say in Portuguese. Be really free. Okay. Something that I would like to reach is that this conversation is not supposed to be, at least not supposed to be, a hard conversation. I would say em português. Essas conversas, da maneira que eu desenho, que eu penso, que eu planejo, ela não deveria ser, e a maneira com que eu gostaria de sempre trazer, é que pesada para as pessoas. Deveria ser uma conversa que a gente está fazendo aqui, ó, tipo bate-bola, fala uma coisa que pensa, papapá, e aí fala uma palavra, e erra outra, pensa e trabalha. Mas sempre da maneira tipo, foi aqui, fechou, tchau, vou fazer outra, ou não vou fazer e tal, sabe? Mais de maneira leve, que a gente possa tranquilamente, sem ter essa coisa, nossa, vou fazer isso, vou fazer aquilo, julgar, etc. Right? So, congrats. I was saying something that I do not remember anymore, but Monique brought a very interesting word that feeling weak. The people sometimes they link like you are vulnerable and weakness. So we have the five question. That is, how does fear of vulnerability impact your ability? Oh, no, that's not. No, the question number three, actually. Why do you think vulnerability is often perceived as a weakness in the society? Why do you think that? Like the people always say, "Oh, you are." I won't show that I don't know or that I am vulnerable because the people will think that I'm weak. Okay. So, question number three.
For
Márcio, what do
who?
you think?
Oh, okay.
Oh, in the society, it depends the occasions, depend the situation, I guess, you know. And what else? In my case, and I have one example. When I see a person living on the street and is vulnerable, you know, because what else? Mm, to various risks, you know, and yeah, search and robberies, you know, and don't have it sometimes a lunch or breakfast or unfortunately any things, you know. And to me, when I see this moment, and I have vulnerable, yeah, you understand? Really
Okay.
hard, vulnerable. Yes. For example, here in San Jose, big city, you know, there are opportunities, and I see a person living in on the street. Oh my goodness, to me, really difficult when I see. Unfortunately, yes, because vulnerable to various risky. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. One day I asked one person why to live on the street, live on the street. Don't have answers. I, I don't have it. I didn't have answers, you know, because here there are a lot of opportunity, you know. Yeah. Uh, yeah, so because this question, I think I don't. It's depende the occasion, it's depende the situations, I guess.
Let me share something to you. Like, can here where I'm living, Santa Teresa, we have a lot of homeless people here. A lot on the streets. So I was walking with my friend from Sudan, and I told her, "What do you think about the homeless people here in Brazil? What's your perception about the people here?" And she told me, "Oh, I think this is different here in Brazil because I always say adults homeless, and in Sudan we saw or we used to see the whole family, even kids, the whole family homeless. Like they have a lot of people homeless there, and the whole family, not only here, for example." She said a very interesting. I never see, but only men's, more men's, black people, of course, men's and homeless, right? But adults, I didn't, I didn't see kids and so on. So I'm kind of trying to make a research because I always, ask something like that, take some question about what do you, what you perceive in Brazil about this, about that. We were in the Flamengos match. So it was interesting to visit Maracanã and so on. So let's back to the question. Nas, thanks for sharing. And Monique, your time.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Of course. The question number three. What do you think vulnerability is often perceived as a weakness in the society? I think you brought a perspective about it, right? Like, oh, the people consider that are weak.
I think because people always think that is something bad. I think it sometimes can be bad, but not all the times, because sometimes you didn't choose didn't choose, you know. And sometimes people use this against you, and I think maybe for that people thinks that it's something weak.
Yeah. Then I will add uh, later. Let's hear from Marcos. Max, what do you think about this question?
Yeah, I believe this society think is vulnerability as a weakness because I believe the most case when I think vulnerability is you are in this position that you are with less powers. Uh, if I say this way, for example, the robbery or you, for example, I'm thinking in vulnerability too when I go to the presentation for a lot of people in the auditorium, for example. I believe I'm I have this feeling that I'm vulnerability because if I say something wrong, like you said before, is really like that. If I little shy to talk, but and this way make me I believe this make me more weakness, right? Uh, I face this for opportunity to create more power to face this with this another way, for example. It's real to me this this week to talk here for so many people. For this, I try to make a teatro for
Wow,
face this more
very good, very good.
comfortable, confident, and it helped me a lot. I did it for 3 years. I liked it a lot,
Wow,
and I believe that about the situation, man. If you see the
very,
people,
very nice.
if you see the people not so comfortable, the first thing is it's not strong, is vulnerable. I believe that.
Yeah. Well, you said a very awesome answer, but okay. The first thing, for example, thinking in the social media, the people always show that they are happy, they are strong, they are the best, they are powerful, all the stuff.
The perfect life.
Perfect life, yeah, exactly. Because the people don't want to share the reality. They want to create a fake life, right? A second life. We had this game few years ago. The second one that you brought, it's natural, okay? Be vulnerable. Because when you start to do something for the first time, you don't know how to do it. For example, you shared with us when you need to have a speech in front of a lot of people. So you feel kind of, oh my God, I don't know how to even stay with my hands. I don't know how to move because and you start to reflect, oh, the people you say this or that, well, I don't know, the questions and so on. But based on it, you need to work on it. Like, oh, I need to do something to face the situation. So you started the theater. Okay, nice, nice. So yeah, I think this kind of conversation is interesting because we start to, make the subject more clear, create the clearness. So what's your opinion on this question, Oswald?
I agree totally with Marcos, and I'd say that it's hard to people to understand fretful feelings you know. Um, so I agree with Marcos, and I believe the other reason to to the people consider this way, uh, it's hard to understand. That's it.
Yeah, I think the point. So, you see that the most part of the subject that I brought, that I used to bring, is kind of philosophic in terms of we discuss topics and subjects and go in depth, right? Like try to discuss, really discuss about this thing because it's an interesting thing to do, even important. Okay. So the question we have some minutes here to close. Question number 10. I will address to Monique. Question number 10, Monique, is what steps can you take to become more comfortable with vulnerability in your daily interaction, but in general?
I think you can find comfortable ways to do things that you feel vulnerable. For example, if I am afraid to walk alone in some streets or some area of the city, I try to walk on the comfortable streets or streets that when I can find more people walking by me. Isso que eu encontrei na internet. I'm sorry, the city. So if I am feeling vulnerable about, for example, a speech, I try to walk alone at home and walk and speak alone to try and say something better when I am in front of a lot of people, or I always find a ways to how can I say, find ways to feel more comfortable to do the things that I don't feel okay. It's because I'm very tired today, so and my mind is not thinking no okay today. I'm sorry.
I'm just like you, like I think I have 10% of energy, but I'm here. But yeah, that's it. That's the yeah. Let me share something I was reading, today at morning. Like sometimes you care a lot about others' opinion. But for example, if you are in a speech, the people can say to you, "Oh, you are not good." But the people don't know anything about you. Sometimes you have a friend, and your friend can say, "Oh, you are not good," and you can think, "Oh my God, my friend, he know me or she know me. Well, I have talking or having a speech in front of her or he or him, so I need to take care because I need to improve some stuff." I will say in Portuguese to make more clear and move forward. Move forward. Eu estava lendo que assim, a gente planifica as opiniões, tá? Então, assim, se a gente chega num lugar e uma pessoa critica, a gente dá o mesmo peso para uma pessoa que não conhece, para uma pessoa que conhece você. Então, assim, você pode ser muito, muito, muito bom. Aí uma pessoa fala assim, nossa, não foi bom. Aí você, nossa, cara, putz, foi mal, foi mal. Mas a pessoa nem te conhece. E ela dá uma opinião genérica, às vezes sobre um ponto específico, percepções assim muito aleatórias, mas a gente toma o peso dessa crítica com o mesmo peso que a gente reage para pessoas que realmente conhecem a gente, sabe? Então era uma coisa sobre psicologia que eu estava lendo hoje mais cedo, que era mais ou menos isso, assim, a gente tem que colocar os pesos e as medidas das críticas. Então, assim, aquela crítica ali ela faz jus ao que ela tá criticando. Tipo assim, pô, ela falou uma coisa que eu tô ligado que eu sou bom. Talvez ela não tenha percebido, mas, ou ela não foi num momento específico. Então, assim, aquela pessoa realmente me conhece para me criticar, saca? Então, eu tava escutando hoje de manhã e fiquei assim, that's true, my brain kind of blood. Very nice. Thanks for sharing, Monique. Let me see. Marcio, how about you? What steps can we take to become more comfortable with vulnerability?
Oh my God. Depend of the me, you know, because my mind it's good when when I, when people talking about uh, uh, your opinion, my opinion, good or bad, you know. Yes, I like these opinions, good or bad, and I don't know steps can I take. uh, is mm, I don't know. Hard question.
Okay. Let's hear from Marcos. Share with us some steps we can.
Man, to me, I use the years that I learned in theater, and I incorporate another person, the
Wow, nice.
personality, and you go, man. I have it to face. I have to envisage this. Because, is very funny because when I start very nervous, or in few minutes I'm will stabilization, make it the feeling another thing different that I well I think in my mind I'm great. I'm sorry. That's normal to run, and it's run very well, very nice, man. And the finish was like, I ever did this. I ever can do this. Yeah. It's very fun
Oh,
this best case.
okay. Yeah, and I think it's important to, for example, I used to be a very um, introverted and shy teenager. I used to be very shy, closed. Uh, but it wasn't good for me. So I started to, oh, I need to do something. So I started to expose myself on crazy situation. And was, of course, the first moment was really terrible because I kind of, oh my God, very, nervous. But nowadays I can, understand how important it was. Like, because I'm totally, sometimes I'm in a place and I really don't care about the things that I share. Like I try to be myself in all the places that I am. So for me, that time was important work on it. And we need to, we need to consider that all the behavior that we have was built in some moment. So we need to build other way. We need to try different perspectives,
Yeah.
different attitudes. That like a theater. I was part of a theater when I was in my PhD, and the life is a stage. Life is a stage, and you have your script. And sometimes you can, oh, I will change my script. I will do differently. So you try to, how can I, to pretend to be other person, right? And working on it. Nice,
Yes.
nice,
Like with this.
very nice. Um, Osvaldo, how about you? Shall we first some steps?
Okay. In my opinion, the first step is to relax my mind. I try to relax my mind before to start to talk. Uh, so the the second one is choose the best time to talk, like you said, um, and when I found the person that I can talk about, so we start to talk all my feelings. That's it.
Very nice. That's it. Yeah, I'm more. my way is more like Monique. You know, I try to practice a lot, practicing, 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 practicing. You know, if I know that's hard, man, I really, you know, become crazy, like practicing a lot, knowing all the steps, and try to imagine what can happen. Oh, if the people ask like this, I will do it. You know, try to make a very detailed script or things to do. Guys, let me share the last stuff I will share. Uh, Try to understand more when you are talking about your problems, the time and the way you are thinking about your problems. It's a kind of research because I've observing on me in my life that when I'm tired and when it's late, like at night, my perception about the problems, it's our crazy and hard. And when I'm sleep well, I'm kind of wake up and oh my God, I just need to do this or that. So I started to man
It's
when
happening
I
with
have
me
a
too.
yeah, when I have a very big problem, oh, I will sleep. I will sleep, turn off my computer, yeah, I will sleep. When I wake up, I will see again and what I can do. So, it's kind of we are part of the nature. So it's important to understand when we are good, when we are bad, the time, you know. That's a very crazy tip, but okay. I would
I,
say in Portuguese. Oh,
It's a nice
go
tip.
ahead. Go ahead, Marcos.
I'm sorry. I will say that I think it this way. If I have a problem, I can do something. Is in my control. If
Oh, yeah.
yes, I will go and think and I try to fix. If I one problem that I can't do anything, I it's not my hand. I can't do anything. So I go to sleep and take it easy. But
I can't do anything.
Tomorrow is another
Okay, I
day.
can. Yes, okay. I can't do anything. Okay, as well, because I can't do. Oh, nice, nice. Dude. Yeah, guys, thanks a lot for the conversation. It was awesome. See you in the next. I hope you there and have a very nice rest of week for you. Right? Bye bye. See you
You
guys.
All right,
too.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.